is a culmination. As I get older, I'm getting older now. Everything that I've done kind of builds on each other, and you
Yeah.
kind of grow as a person. And then you're like, you know what, this is my next step. And I didn't even know it. Like, I didn't even know that this was my next step. That's the fantastic part of just discovering what you're all about.
And
Yeah.
I think it's one of the fantastic parts of getting older. It's like
Yeah.
you don't get to have that experience in your 20s, or even in your early 30s. It's like life has to accumulate.
Yeah. So, Ryan, you talked about psychology. I think you went to school for psychology and you were a therapist. Tell
Hmm.
us a little bit about that background. I haven't really talked to you about this. We always have kid stuff, but we never actually have time to chat.
I know, I know. Yeah, I knew I wanted to be a therapist from like the time I was in high school. So I went straight into college with a psychology degree, went to grad school. Sam, my oldest, was 9 months old when I started grad school. It took me 4 years to finish because I had two more children in the meantime,
Hmm.
and absolutely loved the field. And I still do. I miss, thinking that way. I worked with couples primarily. That's kind of my expertise. And it really became something where it was a huge part of one part of me. And maybe you feel this way with writing, Jennifer, but it was just one big part of one part of me. And so when Vicarious became a business, because a local company asked to sell one of the products, and of course I said yes. And then I realized
Yeah.
I have a brand name, and I have to come up with a company name. Um, that's how it happened. And
Yeah.
so as I just naturally said yes and dove into it, I would find myself really craving being in that headspace because it was community, it was empowerment, it smelled good. My boys are getting bigger, and they're wonderful, but they're getting stinky, and
Yeah.
oh, this smells good, this feels good, and it was so creative, and I still got to implement, kind of those like higher thinking elements of myself that when I sat with clients, it was really just one part of me. And so
Yeah.
it took me a while to be honest with myself and realize if I could choose, I would. And it actually happened because I had 3 martinis one night. And
That always helps. That
yeah,
always helps.
actually, the next day, he's like, "Do you remember what you said?" I'm like, "Yeah, I remember." And I had said, like, if I could choose, I would choose Vicarious.
Yeah.
I just saw that I could do a lot of empowering and a lot of community building for women in that
I
way.
love that.